Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. Today we are going to continue with exercise 3.4. But before we go to today's class, let us have a recap of the identities that we have seen in the previous classes. We have seen around 6 identities. Yes children, what were they? It was cos alpha plus beta. Then you had cos alpha minus beta. Then we had sine alpha plus beta, sine alpha minus beta, tan alpha plus beta, and also tan alpha minus beta. So we were just using this identities for our exercise 3.4. Actually, we were just doing many problems based on these identities. So let's have a recall of these identities, and you people have to be thorough with all the identities. We have lots and lots of formulas in this lesson. Okay, children. So you have to just understand them, and you have to just study, and you have to remember everything. Okay, now let's go for the first identity, that is cos alpha plus beta. When you go for cos, you have to write cos, sine. So cos alpha, cos beta. The plus changes to minus sine alpha, sine beta. So what's cos alpha plus beta? Cos alpha, cos beta minus sine alpha, sine beta. Next one. What is for cos alpha minus beta? Again, when you are dealing with cos, you have to write cos alpha cos beta. The minus will change to plus. So plus sine alpha sine beta. Cos alpha cos beta plus sine alpha sine beta. Now you have here it's sine alpha plus beta. When you have sine function, the sign will remain the same. This is the main sign will remain the same. This is plus, so you will have a main sign as plus. So this is equal to sine alpha cos beta. I have told you that the sign will be plus. And here we are using both the functions together, sine and cos. Sine alpha cos beta, cos alpha sine beta. Sine alpha minus beta. So that's sine alpha cos beta. The minus sign remains the minus sign, minus cos alpha sine beta. Okay, children. Sine alpha cos beta minus cos alpha sine beta. For tan alpha plus beta, very simple formula. It's tan alpha plus tan beta upon 1 minus tan alpha into tan beta. Plus in the numerator, minus in the denominator. For tan alpha minus beta, you have tan alpha minus tan beta upon 1 plus. Here it's minus, so denominator will be plus. 1 plus tan alpha into beta. This is the formula for tan alpha minus beta. Tan alpha minus tan beta upon 1 plus tan alpha into tan beta. So you have to remember the 6 identities. What is the first one? Cos alpha plus beta. What is cos alpha plus beta? Cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta. What is cos of alpha minus beta? Cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. Sin alpha plus beta, sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Sin alpha minus beta, sin alpha cos beta minus cos alpha sin beta. Tan alpha plus beta, tan alpha plus tan beta upon 1 minus tan alpha into tan beta. Tan alpha minus beta, tan alpha minus tan beta upon 1 plus tan alpha into tan beta. We're just going to continue with our exercise 3.4 using some of the identities. Okay, children? So let's start with today's class. Take down your classwork, write down today's date, and we are going to continue with sum number 17. So take down the 17th question. Write down today's date, and you can just continue with the exercise. We have completed till sum number 16. Yes, children? So now we are going to start with sum number 17. Write down the question. Prove that, here are the first subpart, sine of a plus b, sine of a minus b is equal to sine square a minus sine square b. So we're just going to do the first subpart from question number 17. That sine of a plus b into sine of a minus b is equal to sine square a minus sine square b. Have you taken on the question, children? Here on the first subpart. So what is the question here? It's sine of a plus b, sine of a minus b is equal to sine square a minus sine square b. We're just going to focus on the LHS part. So take on the LHS part here. LHS is sine of a plus b, sine of a minus b. This type of questions will be asked for 2 marks or 3 marks, children. So just be careful. Very simple thing you have to just understand, because for every sum there's a different concept that you have to follow. Every sums are not the same method you have to follow. For every sum, this is some in some places there's some changes will be there. So you have to be very careful in noting down the changes in the different sums. So once you are able to find out the changes, or once you are able to find out the different methods used there, your work will go on easily. Okay, children. So you have to be very careful when you do a particular sum, because each and everything is different. Every sum is different. Yes, children. So you have to focus and you have to concentrate on your sums and on the steps also. So we have taken the LHS part here, that sine of a plus b, sine of a minus b. Now here I am going to use the identity that we have just recapped now. What was the identity for sine of a plus b? It's sine a plus b. So the sign remains the same. I get here sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. So this is for this partition. So I'll just use a bracket for the first expansion. I'm going to use the next identity over here. Sine A minus B. So sine A cos B. The main sign you have to take as minus. So cos A sine B. So what I get here? Sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. Now children, just observe these terms carefully. Now this is sin A cos B. Again you have your sin A cos B. And here you have cos A sin B. And here you have cos A sin B. So just see, you have the same term and the same term. And you have a same term and you have a same term. So now just think of an identity which is being acted over here. What can be used over here? We can use A plus B, A minus B, because this is A. If I take this as A, this is also going to be A. Okay, children. If I just take this as B, this is also going to be B. So what I have here? A plus B, and here I have A minus B. So this is of the form A plus B into A minus B. What is the answer for A plus B into A minus B? It's A square minus B square. Just see here, children. This is same and this is same. So you can consider it as A, you can consider it as A. This is B, this is B. So you can take it as B. Now, write down here. So this will be equal to A plus B into A minus. Just you can write this with a pencil. So A plus B into A minus B gives you A square minus B square. So A square minus B square. So put here sin A cos B square minus cos A sin B, A square minus B square. What is A here? What is A we have considered? We have considered A as sin A cos B. So sin A cos B the whole square. What we have considered B as? we have considered b as cos A sin B whole square. Now we are going to give this square to both the functions. So I get here sin square A cos square B minus cos square A sin square B. Are you clear with this part, children? So here we have a square part. Yes, so the square is given to both the functions. So I get sin square A into cos square B minus cos square A into sin square B. Right on? Now just come to the proof part. In the proof part, we need only the sine part. I don't want a cos part. So what we are going to do, wherever you have cos, you are just going to replace it in terms of sine. And how to replace, you know. Yes, we are just going to use the identity that we have studied in lower classes. What was the first identity that we have studied? It was sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So from this identity, we can get the values for sine and also cos. That is, sine square theta will be 1 minus cos square theta and cos square theta will be 1 minus sin square theta. You can just replace the value in the way you need. You can just write down in terms of sine also, or you can write down in terms of cos also. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to change the cos in terms of sine, change the cos in terms of sine, because in the RHS part I need sine. So let's go for the change now. Just want, you can just write down this in your rough part. Take a note of it, children. So this is equal to sine square A 1 minus sine square B. So cos square theta. So cos square theta is 1 minus sine square theta. So instead of theta here you have B. So this will be 1 minus sine square B minus cos square A. So 1 minus sine square A sine square B. So what do you get here? Sine square A 1 minus sine square B minus 1 minus sine square A into sine square B. Clear? Now let's open the brackets. Let's simplify it further. Let's see what we get here. We get sine square A into 1 as sine square A. I'm just multiplying sine square A into 1 sine square A minus sine square A into sine square B. Sine square A into 1 sine square A. Here only 1 minus sign is there, so I'll put a minus sign. Sine square A into sine square B, it's sine square A into sine square B. Now coming over here, this is minus. Okay, children, be careful. Minus 1 into sine square B minus 1 into sine square B. So it's minus sine square B. Here, sine square A into 1 sine square A into minus sine square B. So I get minus sine square A into sine square B. So this is minus 1 into sine square B. So I get minus sine square B. Minus into minus. What is minus into minus? Plus sine square A into sine square B. So this is plus sine square A into sine square B. Getting the point, children? I'll just explain you this step once again. Just concentrate properly. So we have got here cos square B and cos square A. In the RHS part, we had sines part only. So what we have to do is, we are just going to replace cos in terms of sine. So we have just replaced it as 1 minus sine square B and here 1 minus sine square A. So how to go for the expansion? Sine square A into 1 is sine square A. This is minus. So sine square A into minus sine square B gives you minus sine square A into sine square B. Now here, this is minus 1 into sine square B. So minus sine square B. Minus minus plus sine square A into sine square B is sine square A into sine square B. Just check whether any terms can be cancelled out here. Yes, we can cancel minus sine square A sine square B and plus sine square A into sine square B. Cancel that terms. Minus sine square A into sine square B plus sine square A into sine square B will get cancelled. So what is left? Which is equal to sine square A minus sine square. That's what we need. Okay, therefore, LHS LHS is equal to RHS, hence proved. We're just going to continue the second subpart. Okay, you're just going to follow the same method and you'll get the answer for subpart 2. So totally we have 4 subparts. So you are going to take down the second subpart as your homework. Okay, now take on the third subpart. I hope the sum was clear to you. Okay, now take on the third subpart. What is the third subpart given to you, children? Read on. Sine square a plus b. Sine square a plus b minus sine square a minus b. Sine square a plus b minus sine square a minus b is equal to sine 2a sine 2b. This is equal to sine 2a sine 2b. This is what you have to prove. Read on the third subpart. Sine square a plus b minus sine square a minus b is equal to sine 2a sine 2b. Shall we check it on the questions, children? Okay, let's start. Now, for sum number 3, we are just going to refer the result that we have got from proof 1. That is from the first proof. What is the first proof that we have seen? We have seen that sine of a plus b, sine of a minus b is equal to sine square a minus sine square b. This is what we have proved in the first subpart. Yes, children, what was it? Sine of a plus b into sine of a minus b is equal to sine square a minus b. Now here we have the same format here. Just see the LHS part, children. We have sine square a plus b minus sine square a minus b. The only difference here is in place of a you have a plus b and in place of b you have a. So what we are going to do is we are going to consider this a plus b as a and we are going to consider a minus b as b and we are going to use this formula and we are going to get the RHS. Okay, children, let's write down here. So you're going to write down on using sine of a plus b into sine of a minus b is equal to sine square a minus sine square b. Using sine a plus b into sine a minus b is equal to sine square a minus sine square b, we get sine square a plus b sine square is equal to, okay. So I'm just going to focus on this area because I have this format. Is I have sine square a minus sine square b. What is a here? A is a plus b, and what is b here? B is a minus b. Just keep that in your mind. What is a? A is a plus b, and what is b? B is a minus b. So we are just going to use the formula. So what do you get here? Sine square a plus b minus sine square a minus b is equal to sine of. Okay, what is a, children? What is a? What I have told you? What is the value for a? I have told you a is a plus b. So in place of a, you are going to put a plus b. Are you getting my point? Do not get confused. Very simple thing. We have used the first proof, sine of a plus b, sine of a minus b is equal to sine square a minus sine square b. So for the third one, the question was sine square a plus b minus sine square a minus b. That is, instead of a, they have given a plus b, and instead of b, they have given a minus b. So I'm just using this proof part for the third subpart also. So I'm just going to write down wherever we have a, I'm going to write down a plus b, and wherever we have b, we have to write a minus b. So this is equal to sine of a is a plus b. What is the value for b? It's a minus b. What is the sign here? Plus. So no need to worry about the signs of the terms. So I'll directly write it as a minus b. Are you clear, children? So this is sine of a plus b plus a minus b. Okay, next. So this part is done. Again, you have to write down sine of a. What is a? A plus b minus. Remember, you have to use your minus. So when you take minus, the sign changes. So you have to write down b is taken as a minus b. Yes. So you have to change the sign because here we have a main sign as minus. Or if you have confusion, we'll have one more step. I'll put here minus a minus b. No problem. I'll do one more step. So I have just used the previous proof for the third one also. So I get sine square a plus b minus sine square a minus b is equal to sine of a plus b. So what is a plus b here? It's a plus b plus a minus b. Sine of a plus b minus a minus b. So let me simplify it further. I get sine of a plus a 2a plus b minus b gets cancelled. Now just see here children, this is a minus a gets cancelled. B minus of minus b. B minus 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 plus. So b plus b, it's 2b. So I get here sine of 2b. So this is equal to RHS. Therefore LHS is equal to RHS. Hence proved. Very simple thing. Sine a plus b, sine a minus b is equal to sine square a minus sine square b. Already we have proved in the first subpart. We are using the first subpart for proving the third subpart. So just replacing a as a plus b and replacing b as a minus b. Very simple thing. Here do not get confused. Here you have to use a minus sign. So when you use a minus sign, the sign changes. So a minus a gets cancelled and b minus of minus b, that is plus b. You get the answer sine 2a is 2b. That is what is your RHS. So we have shown that LHS is equal to RHS. Hence proved. Okay children. And fourth subpart will be a homework. You have to complete the fourth subpart also as the homework. Sum number 17. You are going to complete subpart 2 and subpart 4 as homework. Now take down the next question. Show that cos square a plus cos square b minus 2 cos a cos b cos of a plus b is equal to sine square a plus b. This type of questions are for 3-mark questions or they may ask for 5-mark also. Okay children, so very easy. Only the thing is we have to just apply some of the concepts over here, that's all. Start with the work. Let's take down the question first of all. And this chapter is of more weightage compared to other units. Okay children. Sum number 18. Show that cos square a. So write down here, you write down the question, I'll write down to show. To show cos square a plus cos square b minus 2 cos a cos b cos of a plus b. This is equal to sine square a plus b. This is what you have to show. Yes children, just check your questions once again. to show that cos square A plus cos square B minus 2 cos A cos B cos of A plus B is equal to sin square A plus B. Okay, let's start with the sum. I've written down to show. Once again, you write down the question and below that you write down to show. Okay. Now here, what are we going to do is, here we know the formula for cos of A plus B, student. So we are going to start with the LHS part. So write down here LHS cos square A plus cos square B minus 2 cos A cos B cos of A plus B. You are going to do the sums along with me, children. Do not waste your time. Take down the LHS. There is no need to wait. You can just continue along with me. I'm just giving you sufficient time to take down the steps. So take down the LHS part. It's cos square A plus cos square B minus 2 cos A cos B cos of A plus B. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is, here we know the formula for cos of A plus B, student. So we are going to use that, and we are going to write down the identity for it. So write down this is equal to cos square A plus cos square B, keep everything as it is, minus 2 cos A cos B. What is the identity for cos of A plus B? Yes, it's cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. That's why I have told you that you should be thorough with the identities. If you're thorough with the identities, you can apply the identity directly. Yes, children. So what is cos of A plus B? It's cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So you get cos square A plus cos square B minus 2 cos A cos B minus, that is 2 cos A cos B. In the bracket you have to write on the identity, that is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Okay children, now we are going to open the bracket. We're just going to multiply with 2 cos A cos B for both the terms. Let's do the multiplication. So keep the first two terms as it is. You get here cos square A plus cos square B minus. Okay children. So for the first term we have only one minus sign. So I'll write minus sign here. So 2 is 2 alone. Cos A into cos A. That's cos square A. Cos A into cos A. Cos square A. Cos B into cos B. This is cos A cos A cos square A. Cos B cos B cos square B. Are you clear with the first multiplication? So 2 is here. Cos A into cos A cos square A. Cos B into cos B cos square B. Clear? Okay, now let's go for the next multiplication. Minus 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 plus. Again here we have 2, so just keep 2 as it is. Now cos A, cos B, sin A, sin B all are different. So just write down the functions as it is: cos A, cos B, sin A, sin B. Here children, because here we were able to multiply because we were having the same function, so we multiplied cos A, cos A, I got cos square A, cos B, cos B, cos square B. But when we are going for the second multiplication, no terms are similar, so we cannot multiply anything. So you have to just write down the terms as it is. So it is, and one more thing, do not forget to focus on the sign. Minus minus turns to plus. So 2 into cos A cos B sin A sin B. So you get cos square A plus cos square B minus 2 cos square A cos square B plus 2 cos A cos B sin A sin B. Now listen over here. Now here this is 2. 2 cos square A cos square B. 2. That means how many cos square A cos square B terms are there? 2 cos square B. That is 2 cos square A cos square B terms are present. So 2 cos square A cos square B can be written as cos square A cos square b plus cos square a. Okay, so we can split this term. Cos square a, cos square b. There is 2 cos square a, cos square b can be written as cos square a, cos square b, cos square a, cos square b. Now here it is minus. Okay, when it is plus, I'll take cos square a, cos square b plus cos square a, cos square b. Now what is the term here? It's minus. So how to break this? You're going to break this as minus cos square a, cos square b minus cos square a, cos square b. So what are we going to do? We are going to split this term. Okay, for a purpose. We have to split it for a purpose. So we are going to split this term. So how are you going to split it? Minus 2 cos square a, cos square b will be splitted as minus cos square a, cos square b minus cos square a, cos square b. Getting my point, children? Okay, let's write down that term. So we are just going to split the term minus 2 cos square a, cos square b. See, I'm just going slow. You're going to do the steps along with me. Then only it will be easy to understand. So write down here, it's cos square a plus cos square b. Now this is minus 2 cos square a, cos square b. So it will be splitted as minus cos square a, cos square b. Again, minus cos square a, cos square b. And you write down here plus 2 cos a, cos b, sin a, sin b. Cos square a plus cos square b minus cos square a, cos square b minus cos square a, cos square b plus 2 cos a, cos b, sin a, sin b. Clear? Now, what we are going to do is, we are just going to bring, or just we are going to bring the terms together. So, we are going to take the first and this term together, second and this term together. Okay, so that we can take some common part over here. So, now just go for the adjustment, arrangement. So, this is cos square A minus cos square A, cos square B. Cos square A minus cos square A, cos square B. So, we have splitted it. Yes, children? So, one goes to the first term and one goes to the second term. So, cos square A minus cos square A, cos square B. Then, plus cos square B minus cos square A, cos square B plus 2 cos A, cos B, sin A, sin B. Write down. It's a simple thing. So we have splitted this. We got minus cos square A, cos square B minus cos square A, cos square B. So you are going to give 1 to the first term and you are going to give 1 to the second term. So I get here cos square A minus cos square A, cos square B plus cos square B minus cos square A, cos square B plus 2 cos A, cos B, sin A, sin B. Now, just see the first and the second term and just see the third and the fourth term. We can take some common parts over here. So, let's take a common part here. So, what can be taken common here? Here, cos square A can be taken common. Cos square A will be taken common. So, what is left here? 1. We have taken cos square A common. So, 1 minus cos square B. See carefully, children. Cos square A. What is left here? 1 minus cos square B plus, from this two terms, what can be taken common? Cos square B can taken common. Cos square B. What is left here? 1 minus cos square B is taken common. So what is left here? Cos square A. See? Very easy. Cos square A is taken common. So what is left here? 1 minus cos square B plus cos square B is taken common. So what will be left here? 1 minus cos square A plus 2 cos A, cos B, sin A, sin B. So what is left at the last? 2 cos A, cos B, sin A, sin B. Okay, children. Now, what is 1 minus cos square B? Cos square A, sin square B. Cos square A, this is sin square B, plus cos square b sin square a. 1 minus cos square b sin square b. 1 minus cos square a sin square a plus 2 cos a cos b sin a b. Clear with this step? Cos square a 1 minus cos square b is sin square b plus cos square b. This is sin square a plus 2 cos a cos b sin a sin b. Clear, children? Okay. I'll just continue the steps over here because these are lengthy steps. Now this is square square. So I'm just going to write down this as cos a sin b the whole square plus cos b sin a the whole square plus 2 cos a cos b sin a sin b. See, cos square a sin square b. So this is written as cos a sin b. I'm just taking the power together. Cos a sin b square plus cos b sin a square plus 2 cos a cos b sin a sin b. Now just focus on this expansions and just find out the identity. Can you find the identity? Just see, cos A sin B is A. Cos A sin B is A and cos B sin A is B. So this is A, this is B. So I have got A square, I got B square plus, this is 2. A, what is A? Cos A sin B. Cos A sin B. A, what is B? Cos B sin A. Cos B sin A is, you got a square plus b square plus 2ab. What is this? This is the expansion for a plus b the whole square. Yes. So this can be written as a plus b the whole square. So what is a? Cos a plus, what is a? Cos a sin b plus cos b sin a the whole square. A plus B the whole square. So this is the expansion of A plus B the whole square. A square plus B square plus 2AB. So have written A plus B the whole square. A plus B the whole square. Now just check this carefully. This is one identity. This is one identity. Can you find this identity? This is sin A cos B, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. So the terms are just interchanged, that's all. So you have sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. This is which identity, children? This is sin of A plus B. Yes, that's all. So what do you get? This is equal to sin of A plus B the whole square. This is the expansion of sin of A plus B the whole square. I am just writing down here. But I want the answer as sin square A plus B. Very simple. I'm just going to put the power over here. I've already told you that we can write down the way also. So this is equal to, I've told you that sin theta the whole square is equal to sin square theta, one and the same. Okay. So this can be written as sin square of A plus B. This is equal to RHS. Yes, children? This was the RHS part. To say, therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore you say that LHS is equal to RHS. What is given here? Show is to show. You can say hence shown. Hence shown. So we have completed our sum number 18. So we have completed our sum number 18. Yes, children. Now, take down the 19th question. Take down the 19th question. Write down the 19th question. If cos of alpha minus beta plus cos of beta minus gamma plus cos of gamma minus alpha is equal to minus 3 upon 2, then prove that cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma is equal to 0. Write down the question. Okay, write down the given part and write down the two proof parts. Sum number 19 given cos of alpha minus beta plus cos of beta minus gamma plus cos of gamma minus alpha. This is equal to minus 3 by 2. This is given to us. Cos of alpha minus beta plus cos of beta minus gamma plus cos of gamma minus alpha. This is equal to minus 3 by 2. And you have to prove that we have to prove cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma is equal to 0. So you have to show that cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma and sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma both are 0. They are equal and they are also equal to 0. Okay, children. So this is what you have to prove. Now let's go to the proof part. Right on the given. We are just going to start with the given part. Proof. Cos of alpha minus beta plus cos of beta minus gamma plus cos of gamma minus alpha is equal to minus 3 by 2. So this is given to us. Cos of alpha minus beta plus cos of beta minus gamma plus cos of gamma minus alpha. This is equal to minus 3 by 2. Okay, children. So now here we are going to use the identity for cos of alpha minus beta, cos of beta minus gamma and cos of gamma minus alpha. So let's use the identity. Therefore, you get here. This is cos. Okay, children. So you have cos and you have to change the sign. This is cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. Yes, children. I hope you're clear with this part. Right on. Complete the remaining formulas. This is in terms of alpha and beta. This is in terms of beta and gamma. You know how to read this. Yes, children. This is alpha, A-L-P-H-A, alpha. This is beta, B-E-T-A, beta. And this is read as gamma, G-A-M-M-A. These are the different radiations you would have studied in your physics. Alpha, beta and gamma. Okay, children. The next one. Let's go for beta minus gamma plus cos beta cos gamma. Here we have the sign minus, so the formula is for plus. You get plus sin beta sin gamma plus cos gamma cos alpha plus sin gamma sin alpha is equal to minus 3 by 2. I have just used the identity, that's all. I have just written the identity, it goes along. So do not miss any terms, children. And on the terms properly. The last term I think it's very small. I just write sin gamma sin alpha is equal to minus 3. So I get cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta for this identity. I get cos beta cos gamma plus sin beta sin gamma for the second one. And for the last one, I get cos alpha cos gamma plus sin alpha sin that's sine gamma sine alpha. This is equal to minus 3 by 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this 2 to the LHS part and I'm going to multiply it by 2 to each and every term. This is equal to minus 3 by 2. So we have a LHS and we have a RHS and upon 2. So 2 is in the form of division. So I'm going to take this 2 to the LHS part and I'm going to take 2 to all the terms. So I have to multiply by 2 everywhere for all the terms. So let's go for the multiplication part here. I get 2 cos alpha cos beta plus 2 sin alpha sin beta plus 2 cos beta cos gamma plus 2 sin beta sin gamma. Do not get confused. Very simple thing. We have 2 in the denominator part, and this is in the form of division also. When it comes to the LHS, it will turn into multiplication. So 2 into. So 2 into everything. It's 2 is not only for one term. This 2 is common for every term. So just take down it. 2 cos alpha cos beta plus 2 sin alpha sin beta, 2 cos beta cos gamma, 2 sin beta sin gamma plus 2 cos gamma cos alpha plus 2 sin gamma sin alpha is equal to minus 3. So what is left? Only minus 3 is left. Clear, children? Now, what are we going to do here now? We are just going to bring this minus 3 to one side. So we are just going to bring all the terms on one side and we are going to keep the RHS as 0. Okay, children? Just see here, children. I am going to bring the minus 3 to the LHS. So when I bring minus 3 to the LHS, it will turn to plus 3. So I get here 2 cos alpha cos beta plus 2 sin alpha sin beta. Are you clear with the step, children? So we started the given part. Here we use the identity. This is a very simple sum. First, the question that we get from the given part. Then we have written the identity for it. Here I have just taken the denominator part to the LHS. I have multiplied by 2 all the terms. Now we have minus 3 left on the RHS. And now I am going to bring the minus 3 to the LHS. So I just want to bring everything on one side. So 2 cos alpha cos beta plus 2 sin alpha sin beta plus 2 cos beta cos alpha, 2 cos beta cos gamma plus 2 sin beta sin gamma plus 2 cos gamma cos alpha plus 2 sin gamma sin alpha. This is minus 3. When it comes to the LHS, it will turn to plus 3 is equal to 0. Actually, we have many terms involved over here. Still, we are going to have many terms. So just write down properly, children. Do not miss any terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And along with the constant terms, totally 7. You have 2 cos alpha plus 2 sin alpha sin beta, 2 cos beta cos gamma plus 2 sin beta sin gamma plus 2 cos gamma cos alpha plus 2 sin gamma sin alpha plus 3 is equal to 0. Now what I am going to do over here? We want the answer in terms of cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma, and also we want in terms of sin alpha, sin beta, sin gamma. So here the thing is, now this is 3. Here children, we have a constant term 3. So we are going to split that constant term. So how are we going to split it? Just understand, I'm just going to use the concept. Before I use the step, I just want you to explain. So 3 can be written as 1 plus 1 plus 1. So how is 3 written as? 3 is written as, there is 3 can be written as 1 plus 1 plus 1. And what we are going to do here is, we are going to change this one as sin square alpha plus cos square alpha, because here we deal with 3 different angles. One is alpha, one is beta, and one is gamma. So what we do, the one will be replaced as sin square alpha plus cos square alpha. Getting my point? So what is the value for sin square alpha plus cos square alpha? It's 1. Okay, done. Now for this one you can write plus sin square beta plus cos square beta. Sin square beta plus cos square beta. So again this is 1. Now for this one you will write plus sin square gamma plus cos square gamma. Getting the point, children? See here? So for this one, what are you going to do? You're going to replace this as sine square alpha plus cos square alpha. This one you get, that is, you can replace as sine square beta plus cos square beta, because you know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So this is 1, 1, this is 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3. So how are you going to split 3? You're going to split 3 as 1 plus 1 plus 1. And how are you going to change 1 as? You're going to change 1 as sine square alpha plus cos square alpha, sine square beta plus cos square beta, sine square gamma plus cos square gamma. Are you clear, children? Now, shall we do the change? Now you will have many terms, so be careful. Do not miss any terms. I'm just going to continue over here. I'm just going to continue the next step over here, children. If you're not able to write in a single line, no problem. You just write down in 2 lines. No problem. Therefore, 2 cos alpha cos beta plus 2 sin alpha sin beta plus 2 cos beta cos gamma plus 2 sin beta sin gamma plus 2 cos gamma cos alpha plus 2 sin gamma sin alpha. Just check whether you have taken all the terms. Taken. Yes, I have taken all the terms, and I have told you how I am going to write 3. I am going to write down 3 as sine square alpha plus cos square alpha plus sine square beta plus cos square beta plus sine square gamma plus cos square gamma. This is equal to 0, because this is 1, this is 1, and this is 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So I am writing 3 as sine square alpha plus cos square alpha, sine square beta plus cos square beta, and sine square alpha plus this is sine square gamma plus cos square gamma. Okay, children? So the 3 is written as this term. So you have totally 1, 2, and 3. Yes, I hope you are clear with the step. Good. So now here we are going for the grouping part. Let's see how to group it. Okay, children, I'll tell you how to group it. Before we go for the grouping, I'll just give you an identity that we are going to use here. We are going to use the identity A plus B plus C the whole square is equal to A square plus B square plus C square plus 2AB plus 2BC plus 2CA. What's the identity we are going to use here? A plus B plus C the whole square is equal to A square plus B square plus C square plus 2AB plus 2BC plus 2CA. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. Okay, we need 6. So we just count the number of terms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That means you're going to get 2 sets over here. So we have to group them properly and we are going to get the answer. Let's see how to group it, children. The grouping is very interesting and just do it properly. So we have just arrived at the proper terms. We have got 12 terms. Now the work is for arranging them. A square, B square, C square. What I'm going to do is, actually in the proof part you want a sign. What was the question? Yeah, the question was to show cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma. That means you bring the cos terms together and bring the sine terms together. So I'll start from cos. Okay, I'll start from cos, no problem. I'll take all the cos terms. So I'll get cos square alpha, cos square beta. Here no need to worry about the sign because everything is positive. Then cos square gamma. So A square, B square, C square. 2AB. 2AB, just see alpha beta. I want alpha beta here. So I'll just underline it, okay? 2 cos alpha cos beta. BC, beta gamma here. 2 cos beta cos gamma. A square, B square, C square, AB, BC, CA. CA means gamma and alpha. It's here. plus 2 cos gamma cos alpha. So this is one part plus. So we have total 12 terms. So we are just going to group it as 6 6. So a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2a. This is in terms of cos. Now I am going to arrange for sine. I'll just put a tick. Sine square alpha. Use the sign, okay children? The plus sign is over here. Sine square alpha, sine square beta, sine square gamma, okay, plus AB. AB means I want alpha beta. Here. 2 sine alpha sine beta, AB, BC, BC, beta gamma. Here. 2 sine beta sine gamma. The next one is CA. CA means gamma and alpha. Here. Just write down here plus 2 sine gamma sine alpha. So what do you get here? Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma plus 2 cos alpha cos beta plus 2 cos beta cos gamma plus 2 cos gamma cos alpha plus sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma plus 2 sine alpha sine beta plus 2 sine beta sine gamma plus 2 sine gamma sine alpha, and this is equal to 0. We have one more thing to write down there, equal to 0. So just mention here equal to 0. Okay, done. So now I'm just going to replace this by using the identity a plus b plus c the whole square. So what is a here? A is cos alpha, b is cos beta, and c is cos gamma. Same way for this one, a is sin alpha, b is sin beta, and c is sin gamma. So let's write down. Therefore, cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma the whole square plus sin alpha plus sin beta you get cos alpha write down. So we get cos alpha plus cos beta so write down cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma the whole square plus sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma the whole square is equal to 0. Have you taken on the step? So just see here children. Now with this itself we can just conclude our answer. The thing is we have the answer 0. So now what is the thing saying? This plus this is equal to 0. So cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma the whole square plus sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma the whole square is equal to 0. The sum gives you the answer as 0. And here in the question we need that cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma is equal to 0. So I can say therefore cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to 0. I can say that since if I take this part as 0 and if I take this part as 0, I get the answer as 0. So I can say that cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to 0. And also we can say that sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma is equal to 0. So you can conclude here by cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma. This is equal to sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma is equal to 0. Here you may have a question why we don't take any other term. If you take 3 or if you take minus 3, you can just you if you just go for any numbers. Okay, if you just choose any number, here I have just taken that the answer, when I add two numbers I'm going to get the answer as 0. So you may have a question, okay, if we take minus 3 and plus 3, if I take minus 3 it turns to be it's a square over here, yes student. So minus 3 square will give you 9 and 3 square will give you 9. So again you will not have a number, that is when you add the two numbers you're not going to get the 0. Are you getting my point? The better choice or the better value to choose is 0. If I take this as 0, so 0 square is 0. Again if I take this as 0, 0 square is 0. So when I take both the sum, that is when I add 0 and 0, I get the value as 0. Getting my point, children? So you cannot take any other numbers except 0. So you have to take this value as 0 and take this value as 0. I have already told you, you may have a confusion that why ma'am is just choosing 0. Why we can't take minus 3 and 3 or minus 1 and 1? Because minus 1 plus 1 gives you 0. No, here because it's in terms of square. So minus 3 square and 3 square will not give you 0. So the better option is only 0. So this value will be 0 and this value will be 0. So both the values are 0. So you have to say both the values are equal and they are equal to 0. You have to say therefore cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma is equal to 0. Okay children. So we have just proved the required part. So let's mention here hence proof. Hence proof. Okay. So this is your homework. So already I have given you two sums for homework. Yes. Sum number 17, question number 2 and question number 4. And you have one more sum to do. That is you're going to complete sum number 25 also. Try out question number 25. This is your homework. Children, hope you are clear with the homework part. The homework is to complete sum number 17, subpart 2 and subpart 4 and sum number 25. And we will be continuing with the remaining sums in the next class.